financial functions. And
Budgets.
Monitoring the cabinet.
Monitoring the cabinet.
Monitoring the cabinet. Very good. Then
Judicial functions.
judicial functions.
Maintaining the peace.
Maintaining the peace.
Making financial budget.
Making financial budget. Very good. And now the government should be answerable to the parliament.
Yes.
Can any one of you describe in what way the government should be answerable to the parliament? I have told you already in the class. Yes.
Making financial budgets, ma'am.
Making financial budgets. No. The government should be answerable to the parliament. As I told you, the government, it is necessary for the government, for the cabinet to answer the parliament.
What way?
Yeah.
By the speakers.
Ah.
And the MPs who are elected, they become ministers in parliament.
Yes, very good.
And,
So, when the bill is
and if the bill is passed in Lok Sabha, it has to be accepted in Rajya Sabha also, ma'am. Because Lok Sabha is upper house, Rajya Sabha is lower house.
No, reverse. Lok Sabha is lower house, Rajya Sabha is upper house. Okay. Fine. Very good. Well tried. And I will tell you the anyone can say the proper answer. Yes, Katya.
Lok Sabha, which bill was passed by Lok Sabha it will be not granted by Rajya Sabha because it is the house which are there ministers.
Yeah, but I say. So listen to me properly. The cabinet consists the ministers and the prime minister of the country, and these are the members of the parliament. So when a bill is passed, when a bill is approved in the Lok Sabha, and it is made into an act, then the bill will be implemented through the cabinet with the help of the ministers, right? If a financial bill is passed and it came into an act, that is implemented by the finance minister. So in that sense, in the level, the development, the procedures and the processing of the bill, the finance minister should answer about it in the parliament. Whenever the speaker asks, whenever the opposition party asks, the finance minister, the cabinet, the government should be answerable, whether the prime minister or any of the member of the cabinet, okay, should answer. In that way, the government should be answerable to the parliament. Okay, fine. How many houses are there in the parliament? Two houses. What are they? Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Yes, very good. How many people are there in Lok Sabha? 5 plus 2. Two people are from?
Elected by the president.
Yes, they are appointed by the President of India. And what about the Rajya Sabha? 250 members. Okay? Are they directly elected by the people or not?
They are elected by the people.
Rajya Sabha people are directly elected by the people?
No, they were elected by the ministers.
Yes, they are not. They are indirectly elected by the people. Some of them are elected by the council, some of them are elected by the president, some of them are elected by the states. So they are not directly elected, but they are elected by the people who are elected by the people. Okay, understood? So Lok Sabha, are they directly elected by the people?
No, ma'am.
Lok Sabha people. They are directly elected by the people, right? Your parents will go and vote for them for every 5 years. And those representatives will sit in Lok Sabha and will make laws for us, for the whole country. Right? Can anyone say the power of the houses? Why Lok Sabha is considered as the supreme power in the country? Yes, Sujit.
What Lok Sabha is decided has to be accepted in Rajya Sabha also, ma'am. Lok Sabha makes bill payments all time. It has to be accepted in Rajya Sabha also.
Yes.
If the Lok Sabha take any decision, it has to be accepted in Rajya Sabha also.
Okay, for the second time. Once Rajya Sabha can send back and with some negotiations and with some changes, again Lok Sabha will, if Lok Sabha will send the bill again to the Rajya Sabha, it has to be accepted by Rajya Sabha. Okay, very good. Sit down. And one more thing, what about the financial bills?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
The financial budget passed by Rajya Sabha is accepted by the Lok Sabha, and they should be never return the bill to the Lok Sabha.
Okay. Fine. Very good. And now we'll speak about constituencies today. Okay? Constituencies and the elections. How the elections will happen to Lok Sabha. Okay? Constituencies. Write down what is a constituency. Okay? Ready? Shall we write? A group of citizens entitled ENTITLED. Entitled. A group of citizens entitled ENTITLED. Entitled to a representative, to elect a representative, to elect a ELECT, elect a representative, to a legislative, to a legislative, to a legislative or an executive body. Legislatives, LEGISLATIVE, legislative or an executive body. EXECUTIVE, executive body. Okay? Okay. Constituency. Constituency means, as I told you, a group of people or a group of places or villages, whether it can be villages, whether it can be 2-3 places, together will be having an election, and from that part will be having one representative as a leader from each party. Okay? So that representative will vote for those representatives. Whoever gets the majority, they will sit in the parliament and they will make laws for us. They will voice out, they will speak on behalf of us. Okay? Alright? So there are how many number of constituencies are there in the country?
One.
See, I'll tell you. Each people, each person, each member of parliament is from each constituency. Right? So how many member of parliaments are there? How many MPs are there in Lok Sabha? Lok Sabha can?
543.
Yes, 543. So how many total number of constituencies?
543.
543. Very good. So in that there are total 543 constituencies. In that, from general we have general category. You know that it is actually divided according to the reservation too. Even Lok Sabha is also divided according to the constituencies are divided according to the reservation caste system. So from general we have 423. How many?
423.
423. And for reserved SC we have 79. How many?
79.
And from ST we have 41. Very good. Okay. So here open your textbooks. Page number 163. See, can you see all here? All the states are given along with their constituencies.
Yes, ma'am.
Number of constituencies, number of seats in the Lok Sabha. Right? Okay. Through this, can any one of you say which state has the highest number of seats in the Lok Sabha?
Uttar Pradesh.
Very good. Uttar Pradesh. How many?
80.
80 seats. Very good. Sit down. And how many seats our state contains?
25.
25. Very good. Andhra Pradesh has
Pondicherry.
Very good. Sit down. Okay. So highest number of which state has highest
Uttar
number?
Pradesh.
Which state has lowest number? Okay, fine. Very good. Okay. Now we'll speak about elections to Lok Sabha. Can any one of you say what is the age limit to for
18
years? Very good. 18 to
20 years.
no, only 18. Above 18 you can vote. Okay. And that is called universal adult franchise. What is it? Universal adult. Universal adult franchise. Okay. So, why Lok Sabha is given special position? Just because of it is directly elected by the people. So, people has the supreme power. And in Lok Sabha, if the member of parliament in Lok Sabha should have the minimum of age 25 years to get into it. Okay. A contestant or a representative should stand in elections only if he has the age of above 25 years. Okay? And for Rajya Sabha it is 35. Okay? There are total, as I told you, 545 seats, including states and union territories, which are divided into constituencies. So states with a larger population will have large number of states. Since we are in Uttar Pradesh, we have large number of people. So it has 80 constituencies. Whereas in Sikkim, states like Sikkim, Mizoram, Nagaland, Chandigarh, those all places, we have very less number of people. So they have only one representative, only one member, one Lok Sabha member. Okay. Now, I will show you a picture in your textbook. See? Can anyone of you see? Everyone can see, right? Yes, picture. See, in this picture, we actually have, it is like a cross, right? In the balance, a balance. In this picture, we have a parliament on one side and people on different sides, right? Another side. So, by seeing that picture, what and all you can imagine, is it equal, is it balanced or not? Or like ups and downs are there? Balanced, right? Okay, can you think why it is balanced like that?
Because people elect members of the parliament. No?
Yes.
People have to
right elect. Yeah.
Because people elect members of the parliament, no ma'am. Because they both are equal.
Yes. Very good. What about you?
supreme power has to their president.
So it is equal to the parliament. For the representatives elected by the people will sit in Lok Sabha here. So it is like people also have the equal power with the parliament. They have the supreme power. Without them, there is no Lok Sabha. Lok means people. Okay, it's a people's Sabha. It's a people's thing. Okay. Now. Now I'll give you a situation. Okay. There are two people. For example, any of the friends, Raju, Sita, will be. Okay. Raju feels Rajya Sabha should be given a highest power because, as I told you, Rajya Sabha, the people who are well known in their fields, like the person who is well in sports, the person who is well in theatre arts, like that, they will sit in Rajya Sabha. So Rajya Sabha is also called as brilliance. It is filled with the intelligent people. Okay, brilliant people. So since it is filled with the brilliant and efficient people, Raju says the whole power should be given to Rajya Sabha. Whereas Sita says, no, it's not like that. Since the people from Lok Sabha are appointed, are elected by the citizens of India directly, the whole power should be given to Lok Sabha. Okay, what and all you people think?
Because it has to take decisions for right of the people only, ma'am.
Hmm.
Any bill is passed on Lok Sabha, it's to be passed on Rajya Sabha for definitely, ma'am. Because that's why Lok Sabha has the upper power.
Yeah,
Supreme
Lok
Court.
Sabha has the upper power actually. But in your opinion, will Rajya Sabha should have the upper power or Lok Sabha should have the upper power?
Lok Sabha only, ma'am.
Lok Sabha only. Why? Because it is directly elected by the people.
Yes, ma'am.
But since see, there are many member of parliaments who are not educated too, right? They are uneducated. Some of them are they don't know anything. So can you think it is possible for a person who is uneducated can speak of rights, of the people? But whereas in Rajya Sabha, you have all the eminent people. They are known in their own fields. They are well-known people. They are efficient. They are brilliant. Still, they don't have the power. Do you think it's correct? Still, you want Lok Sabha only should have the highest power?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good. Yeah, our country is also thought like that. Our constitution is also thought like that because we are India is a
Freedom country.
democratic nation. Okay, India is a
Democratic nation.
democratic
Nation.
nation where the people has the superior power. Okay, they are people are superior to everything. So since Lok Sabha members are directly elected by the people, it has the highest power. Okay. Now I give you some more questions. Okay. What is the member of Lok Sabha constituencies in our state?
25.
25. In Andhra Pradesh we have
25.
25. Okay. Open that table again. You people have to derive. I'll ask you questions and you people have to answer from the table. This constituency table. Understood? Huh. So which states have more than 30 Lok Sabha seats?
Tamil Nadu.
Tamil Nadu and
Maharashtra.
yeah, Maharashtra, West Bengal, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar. Which of the states have less than 10 seats? See, I'm not taking any answer. You must answer. Okay? Yeah, one by one. One by one. I'll ask everyone. You say one state.
Goa.
Goa. Very good. Sit down.
Sikkim.
Sikkim. Very good. Sit down.
Himachal Pradesh.
Himachal Pradesh.
Tripura.
Tripura.
Arunachal Pradesh.
Arunachal Pradesh.
Nagaland.
Nagaland. And then I'm not getting any answer for this row.
Uttarakhand.
Uttarakhand. Uttarakhand.
Mizoram.
Mizoram.
Meghalaya.
Meghalaya. Manipur.
Jammu and Kashmir.
Yes, Jammu and Kashmir.
Madhya
And
Pradesh.
Lakshadweep and Pondicherry. Okay, 6 areas. Very good. So, and then okay. One more thing I forgot to tell you. No confidence, in the constitution, in the constituencies. That means, I think I told you right yesterday that no confidence if the parliament is not satisfied, if the Lok Sabha is not satisfied with the present government, it can impeach the president and it can remove the government. It can say that no confidence. No, we do not have any confidence in this government right now. We do not want this government. So if it is says and the majority of the people vote for this, the government should be removed. Okay? It has actually happened during the time of
అవిశ్వాస తీర్మానం.
అవిశ్వాస తీర్మానం in Telugu. Okay? Correct. It actually happened the time of Indira Gandhi. Who is she?
The first woman president of India.
Very good. First women president of India. And she is the daughter of Jawaharlal Nehru. Who is he?
First prime minister of India.
Yes, she is the first prime minister of India. And she is the first woman
President.
prime minister.
She is one prime minister.
She is the first woman prime minister of India. Okay? Indira Gandhi. Her full name?
Indira Gandhi.
Her full name? Indira Priyadarshini Gandhi. Okay? Okay. Now, let us recall what and all we have learned today. Okay? What is a constituency?
A group.
Anyone?
A group
One person.
A group citizens
I'll give it a chance. Wait.
entitled to elect a representative to a legislative or executive body.
Legislative or an executive body. Okay. How many number of constituencies are there in Lok Sabha? 543. Who are elected? Right. How many? Which state has the highest number of seats?
Uttar Pradesh.
Uttar Pradesh. How many state? How many seats?
80.
80 seats. Which state has the least number of seats? Fine, very good. And how many seats are from general category? 423. 423. From ST? 41. Okay, you're seeing the board and telling. Don't say that. Okay, what is the minimum age that one citizen of India can vote? 18 years. And what is the minimum age?
25.
25. Fine. So if he has 25, he can